Allô? Allô? C'est bon?
Hello.
Joseph, bonjour.
Oui, allô,
Oui,
c'est
oui,
bon?
oui, c'est bon. Je vous entends très bien.
Ah, monsieur le directeur général,
Oui.
très bien.
Ça commence à quelle heure?
Donc, la cérémonie commence dans 30 minutes. Et là,
D'accord.
c'est le moment pour ajuster les caméras et voir si tout va bien, si
Donc,
l'interprétation.
moi, je suis déjà prêt, comme vous voyez, je suis prêt.
Super,
Bon, je
super.
vais éteindre et rallumer dans 30 minutes.
D'accord.
OK.
D'accord. À tout à
À tout
l'heure.
à l'heure. OK, merci.
Merci.
Joseph, do you know if the moderator has joined?
Mr. Yacoub.
Yes.
Hello, sorry to butt in. My name is Joy from UNDP, and I'm just checking. Are we starting in 30 minutes?
Yes, in 30 minutes, Joy.
Okay, thank you so
Yes,
much.
yeah.
Just to confirm.
Joy, I know you're managing also the regional director's program on the other end. I've just been informed that ES Vera Songwe, she will join. But she was also in her email, she sounded like if I can squeeze some 10 minutes, she'll join. So I think it would be nice to just inform Hauna that there's a possibility that she will join. She says she will join, just so we need to
will join if she
part.
can squeeze 10 minutes, because I'm just thinking, should we go with the plan in case she doesn't join and then adapt if she joins, or should we
let's go with the
about
plan.
what 10 minutes means? Yeah.
Let's go with the plan, and the moderator can manage that as when he sees her coming in, then she will have to see how he manages the time. I think it's an issue of hearing by the ear. I think let's then manage the situation like that.
Okay, great.
I think Oliver, I think that's better.
Yeah, I have Kwasi as well on the line, and he's saying that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we touch base, then I'll update her. And good luck for success.
Thank you.
So is that the minister, yeah?
The minister is coming, not the VP, as I hear.
Yeah, the minister is coming. I've just confirmed. I just spoken to the secretary of the minister. So he's coming.
Okay.
They will be sending us a short bio of him. I hope they can get it. So I'll send it by WhatsApp or by email to Kwasi.
And we have his name, right? The minister.
Yes, I'll send the name as well.
Okay, great. Okay, cheers. Thank you so much. So I'll jump in again 5 minutes. Okay, cheers. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you very much. Good luck. Okay, bye.
Hi, Joseph. This is Sdg Portal. What time are we starting? You're muted. You're muted.
Joseph, you're muted. Sdg Portal is 6:30.
Oh, let me unmute myself.
This is Sdg Portal. Hi, everyone. We're starting.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we just opened 30 minutes before for people to connect and then
Joseph, you're
meet
muted.
each other.
Music for 6:30.
Oh, let me unmute myself.
This is music.
I can hear you, Joseph. I can hear you.
You guys can hear me?
I can hear you also.
Yes, because we just opened 30 minutes before.
No, Joseph is connected.
Joseph. I can hear you, Joseph. I can hear you.
Yes, I'm connected. This is to inform you that you are in the right place. You are in the right place. This is
At the right time?
Yes. And now we're going to start in about 27 minutes, but the time for you to ensure that things are going well from your side, interpretation, you have got the right channel, whether French or English, and your video is working well, and everything else is good.
Can you hear us, Joseph?
Yes, I can hear you, Director General.
Okay, that's good.
Very well.
But my video doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why.
Oh.
Is it muted from? Is it switched off from there, or it's?
Can
you hear us? I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Hello, Joseph. Testing my microphone.
Hello, I'm receiving you very well, 100%.
Good. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Colleagues from ECA, can we have confirmation from interpretation?
Yes, we did the test and it's working well.
Oh, great. Great news. Thank you so much. Oh.
Allô, bonsoir Joseph. Bonsoir Joseph.
Oh, bonsoir.
Comment allez-vous?
Ça va très bien.
La santé?
Ça va très bien.
Ah bah, ça n'a pas encore commencé. Hein?
Non, dans quelques
C'est le Mali,
minutes.
quoi.
Donc... Oh oui, tout à fait.
Ah, ok, oui.
Comment ça va?
Ah, oui, ça va, merci.
Ok. En
Ok,
fait,
d'accord.
c'est pour que vous puissiez vous assurer que vous êtes bien connecté et que l'interprétation, vous avez le bon channel.
Ok.
Voilà.
Sinon,
Sinon,
je vais vérifier pour...
Voilà, vous êtes au bon endroit.
Ah, ok, d'accord, il n'y a pas de problème. Donc, je reste à l'écoute, quoi.
Absolument. Donc,
Ok,
restez connecté.
Ok, d'accord, merci beaucoup.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je voulais juste savoir si l'interprétation a démarré parce que quand je mets les différentes chaînes, je ne sens pas.
En fait, bon, comme il n'y a pas de prise de parole pour le moment, mais sinon, techniquement, c'est bon.
Ah, OK.
Donc, quand il y aura nécessité d'interpréter,
OK.
Vous aurez l'information.
Tout à fait, merci.
Voilà, donc vous pouvez déjà sélectionner votre souhait et puis
attendre un peu.
Rester connecté. Donc, vous êtes au bon endroit.
D'accord, merci beaucoup.
À tout à l'heure.
Tout à l'heure.
Donc, juste pour répondre au message de M. Charles Abani, donc, on va bientôt commencer. Pour le moment, c'est juste la partie technique d'essai et tout consort. Mais sinon, il n'y a pas de parole pour le moment. Donc, just to ensure, Mr. Charles, that we have not started, so that's why you can't hear anything. Look like silence, but it is very soon. But you are at the right place.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Dialogue de la Guinée-Conakry.
Ah, enchanté. Soyez les bienvenus. Vous êtes au bon endroit.
Merci beaucoup.
Oui. Donc, on va bientôt commencer. Donc, dans quelques instants, dans 13 minutes. Donc, le temps pour que les uns et les autres se connectent et puissent choisir donc, la langue qui leur convient, entre le français ou l'anglais. Vous avez un onglet interprétation qui permet de choisir votre langue de préférence.
Beaucoup. Merci.
Bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour.
Oui, bonjour. Nous vous recevons 100%.
Oui, c'est monsieur Santos de la Guinée équatoriale.
Soyez les bienvenus. Yes, Oliver.
Yes, Joseph. We understand. I need screen share access. I think I can do that. Oh, yes.
Well, I don't think where there are restrictions, anybody can just here. Have you checked?
Yes, I did check. I have access. So share my
okay,
screen.
thanks.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Is my light okay? What time are we starting? 5:30, right?
Yes, in about 8 minutes, just to ensure that everyone is connected and has no issue on connectivity.
Thank you.
So, Honorable, we will be starting in 8 minutes.
Thank you very much. And how long is the meeting?
The meeting will last for 1.5 hours. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Honorable Minister, if I may, just to add on what my colleagues have just said, because you'll be requested towards the end, since you'll be the one that will be officially launching the platform itself. So your presence will be very, very critical towards the end as well of the meeting. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Honorable Minister.
Yeah, I was saying, so that's around 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to check exactly what would be the time when you'll be making that intervention to launch it. I think I'm just looking at the program itself. I think you will be making that is around 7:30, which is 6:30 your time.
Which is 6:30 our time.
6:30 your time. Yeah,
Okay,
but then
so
at the beginning, they would need to recognize you. So it would be nice, you put your video so that the moderator will be able to recognize you together with the President Jakaya Kikwete, former president of Tanzania, is also accompanying us on this particular journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Oliver. This question.
Thank you, Kwasi. I see it later. Good afternoon, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good day, colleagues, and honestly, congratulations. A very special day, correct?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Julita.
Well done, Oliver and Frederick and the team. Fantastic. And it's good to be able to come back.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to turn off.
Doc, good afternoon. This question, good to hear your voice.
Government Statistics Chief Maluleke also, I'm seeing you. So it's the Statistics General of South Africa is also connected. Good to see you, Chief.
Greetings, Oliver. I can see Joseph as well. Greetings to everyone, excellencies, and all the people on the platform.
I should have picked it up, but I have to be able I pick it up. I told them that if it is not coming, delegate to the other chair to just do the work for her. And then they came back with all those things. So let me talk to Oliver. Are you there? Let me talk to you on the line. Oliver?
Yes, please.
Yes. So is Vera joining at a point? So you are not talking, but Vera will talk. That understanding. Are you on mute?
My understanding that she would come in, but as I said in the other exchange, is that we just need to be alert, just in case when she's not available at that time, just in case she comes a little late or something like that, then the moderator will have to switch and perhaps ask me to do what needs to be done. And for the rest means that Hauna will have to deal with those issues where he has to invite the ministers and the president.
Okay, so
they'll just have to deliver, yeah.
Okay, so the moderator will use the discretion. So he will wait until Vera comes on, the Vera speaks.
Exactly.
Greetings, colleagues.
1 minute to the start of the event, I think it's clear that the vice chair who's available can represent both vice chairs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the idea, that the vice chair should represent both vice chairs. If there is a delegation on your side, then perhaps there should be a delegation on this side as well. So let's let the vice chair, let's let the vice chair deal with the event, I think.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, so we agree to that, Joy. So in case Vera come on board, then the moderator will recognize her too. Yes. Okay. So for now, I want to run the show. Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Greetings, colleagues. Greetings, colleagues. This is Yakub. I think we are running out of time. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes.
Greetings to all of you, dear colleagues. I was just following your conversation. If Vera joins the meeting at any point, I would be grateful if someone can actually alert me to that before her time on the program comes up, so that she speaks first. But if she's not in the room at that moment, Ahuna will speak first, and Vera's representative will speak after Ahuna. Is that agreed?
Oliver, are you there?
Yes, please. That's totally agreed. That's totally agreed.
Okay.
And in any case, I think the representative will only speak at the time of delivering the speech. That's fine. That's perfect. Thank you, Jacob.
Okay, Oliver. Many thanks. Many thanks. And let's hope it works well. I hope you can hear me clearly because I'm not using a headset.
No, we can hear you very clearly, Jacob. I can hear you straight from here.
Kwasi, thank you. Thank you so much. So when I think when we are not using the platform, we should just mute our mics, all of us. Will I start everything, or will there someone who will kickstart the event?
You will just doing everything. You announce and you go. Oliver, are you there?
Yes, please. And the president has joined. The president and the minister, the president, Sdg Portal has joined, and the minister from Malawi, Honorable Kazako, has joined. I'm not too sure about the regional director from New York. If she has joined that, if she has, then Jacob, you may want to just do the intros and introducing them on the platform itself and how it's going to be used. Thank you.
Oliver, are you confirming that Dr. Chilima is with us and President Kikwete is with us?
No, I'm confirming the Vice President Chilima from Malawi is being represented by the Minister of Information from Malawi. His name is Honorable Gospel Kazako. He's actually on the platform as I speak. And we also have the president from Tanzania, Dr. Kikwete, is also joined. He's also on the platform.
Okay, that's an honor for all of us.
Yeah.
If you could kindly just give me the name of the minister and the
minister
from Malawi.
Gospel, Gospel, Gospel.
Yeah.
Gospel.
Kazako, Kazako.
And he's the Minister of
Information.
Minister of Information. Okay, in that case, I will introduce President Kikwete first. Oliver?
As in order.
Okay, good. It's now 6:30. Should we proceed?
Jacob, Joy from UNDP, just an update to say that the Assistant Secretary General is joining us momentarily in just a minute. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Joy. Thank you.
I'm actually online.
Hello, Ahuna.
Hi.
Greetings, greetings. Good to see you.
Greetings, Jacob. Yeah, good to see you.
Warm greetings. Warm greetings.
See everyone.
I think we're ready to go. Good morning, Excellencies, colleagues. It is my honor and privilege to warmly welcome you to the launch of the Africa UN Data for Development platform. First, there is a house errand that I have to run, house order. There is simultaneous interpretation available via interpretation button / globe icon on the lower right corner of your Zoom screen. Please click the globe icon and select your preferred language, and that is either in English or French. Allow me to recognize dignitaries in our midst. First and foremost, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, the former president of the United Republic of Tanzania, and senior government. Dr. Kikwete, of course, is in need of no introduction, former president of Tanzania. I also have the honor of introducing Honorable Gospel Kazako. He's the Minister of Information, representing the Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, His Excellency Dr. Chilima, Saulos Chilima, who is unfortunately unable to be with us today, so Honorable Kazako is representing. It is my honor also and privilege to introduce colleagues of mine, senior colleagues of mine, Ms. Ahuna Iziakonwa, the Assistant Secretary General for Africa at the UNDP, Regional Director for Africa, and of course, Ms. Vera Songwe, the Undersecretary General, Executive Director for the Economic Commission for Africa, who is, I believe, is not in the room, but is represented here today. I would like to acknowledge the presence of all participants, government dignitaries, UN colleagues, representatives of civil society, and all. So please allow me to observe all protocols here. The attainment of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and aspiration of the Africa Agenda 23 require transformational actions, all guided by quality, disaggregated data, and evidence to plan, target investments, monitor, and evaluate progress. The Regional Collaborative Platform, the RCP, a single internal UN regional coordination architecture in all the 5 regions, is based on Resolution 2020/23 of the Operational Activities segment of the United Nations Economic and Social Council resolution of 2020. In Africa, it comprises over 25 regional entities. The RCP ensures optimized leveraging of the regional assets and expertise to support resident coordinators and UN country teams for member states on sustainable development. In the case of Africa, of course, the chair, of course, is always the Deputy Secretary General. And in the case of Africa, the 2 vice chairs are Ms. Ahuna and Ms. Vera. The opportunity issue-based coalitions, OIBCs, as we call them, and the task forces are the technical operational vehicles of the RCP. This is done through engagement and coalescing groups of UN regional entities working together to deliver support in a joined up manner on SDGs for member states. Following months of conceptualization and design, we are here to witness a key milestone for the Africa RCP for the launch and rollout of an online one-stop shop on data for SDGs and Agenda 2030 and Agenda 2063 in Africa. In the next 1 hour long event, we will hear more about the platform led by Opportunities and Issues-Based Coalition number 1, and that is the one concerned with strengthened integrated data and statistical systems for sustainable development. It is now my great honor to introduce Ms. Ahuna to take the floor. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, our dear brother Yakub. Really good to see you. Congratulations once again, and warm welcome to this very important role. Really excited to be working with you. Your Excellency, Mr. Jakaya Kikwete, former president of Tanzania, we really are pleased to have you with us. Thank you. Warm greetings to you as well. Honorable Gospel Kazako, Minister of Information, who is representing His Excellency, the Vice President of Malawi. Warm welcome to you also. My dear sister Julita, I see you on the screen, and all the other members of the regional collaborative platform. Big welcome to all of you, and congratulations that we're at this point. Government officials, representatives of UN agencies, funds and programs, the media who is also with us, and research institutions who are here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's such a great delight to be able to join this event today as we launch the Africa UN Data for Development platform. I still, vividly recall the early days when we started to plan, conceptualize, and dream of what it would take to bring to life the Secretary General's reforms in Africa. At that time, we maintained the contrarian choice that we would not mobilize UN assets around dealing with Africa as a problem. And the Deputy Secretary General very much agreed with us, who is the chair of this platform, but also my co-vice chair, Madame Vera Songwe, and all the others, managers in the team. We were very passionate and really focused on this idea of the Africa Promise, where we chose to focus on the opportunity that defines this great continent. We pledged to gather the strength of UN regional assets, working collaboratively to accelerate action on the Sustainable Development Goals in Africa, but also on achieving the 2063 agenda. Together with the Africa Union Commission, we identified 7 opportunity and issue-based coalitions, all of them carefully selected to add speed to this vision and to materializing it on the continent. So maybe let me share with Your Excellencies the coalitions that we identified for accelerated SDG action. The 7 of them. One is strengthened integrated data and statistical systems, which is what we're launching today. The second is effective and efficient macroeconomic management and accelerated inclusive economic transformation and diversification, very much depending on data as well. The third is harnessing demographic dividends through investments in youth and women empowerment. Fourthly is leveraging new technologies and enabling digital transitions for inclusive growth and development. And then fostering action on climate change, strengthening natural resource governance, resilience, and enabling energy transitions for sustainable development. And then we also picked peace, security, and the respect of human rights, and finally, displacement and migration. And you would agree with me, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, that all of these are not only key topics of today, but also solution pathways to a brighter and more prosperous tomorrow. It was clear from the very start that data was not only a top priority for implementation, but also a cross-cutting gateway solution. So I'm really proud to note that we gather here today, hardly a year into the revitalized work of the UN regional assets, to launch this groundbreaking Africa UN Data for Development platform. Today, Your Excellencies, we demonstrate what the UN system can achieve when we choose to work together. And allow me to pay tribute to the visionary leadership of the Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, whose steer has really led to stronger efficiencies in UN regional assets, even more effective action on the ground for the SDGs. So this Africa UN Data for Development platform builds on yet another important tool that the UN in Africa collectively produced, and that is the Africa UN Knowledge Management Hub on COVID-19. This tool, which has been at the disposal of African governments, policymakers, academics, and citizens at large for over a year now remains an indispensable information hub to get updates and resources on COVID-19 in Africa. And Africa's potential, as we can see, is immense and it is attainable. Reaping this potential, which is articulated in the AU's Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, requires knowing the scale of both the opportunity and the mechanics of getting there. So put simply, attaining both 2063 and the SDGs, the 2030 agenda, requires data, and data to guide targeted investments and ensure the desired returns in its human capital development, environmental sustainability, as well as economic transformation, and that big goal that we're all going for, which is prosperity for all. Therefore, quality, timely, and disaggregated data will help us to unlock significant economic value, create jobs, and increase productivity. And hopefully, it also helps us to close the inequality gap. Data shows when and by what magnitude a country is making progress towards achieving the SDGs, and by extension, national priorities as well. Excellencies, we're doing development in the age of multiple complexities. The policy decision-making environment is extremely challenging, and it gets even more challenging and complex by the day. COVID-19, which has weakened Africa's socioeconomic prospects, has exposed structural vulnerabilities and deepened inequality. It has taken us that much further away from the SDGs. All of the parts of the solutions puzzle require data. So data is the new currency for cutting-edge development solutions, and Africa should not be left behind in better preparing to sail this torrent wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also to remain consistently afloat, bolstering its wings towards prosperity for all. So today we take one important step to get us collectively closer to that goal. So Your Excellencies, cultivating and amplifying the culture of data and its use is the game changer. Investing in data-driven Africa takes us closer to the Africa we want. And I want to urge all member states, development partners, private sector, research institutions, and civil society organizations alike to really make use of the resources from the Africa UN Data for Development platform. It is a one-stop shop of most data needs in Africa at country level, addressing SDGs, AU Agenda 2063, and other socioeconomic indicators. And I want to really say we are in a moment, and I thank you all for being here in great numbers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahuna. You wanted to say something?
I don't know if you wanted me to go ahead and invite but go ahead, you're the moderator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ahuna. Thank you very much for that. I would like now to give the floor to the representative of the Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission for Africa, Ms. Vera Songwe, who will be ably represented by Mr. Oliver Chinganya. He is the director of the African Center for Statistics at UNACA. Oliver, you have the floor.
Thank you, moderator. I believe that Dr. Songwe joined. I don't know if she's still on the line. She actually joined. Perhaps you may want to invite her to speak. Yes, please.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. And I hope Dr. Songwe is with us online. Is Vera online?
If not, moderator, I could deliver a short note on her behalf, if that's okay.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Thank you, moderator. Let me also recognize His Excellency Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, the former President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Gospel Kazoko, the Minister of Information of the Republic of Malawi, the Regional Director, the UN Assistant Secretary for, and also Vice Chair of the Africa RCP, Ms. Auna Iziakonwa, the senior colleagues that are here, the regional directors and staff of the UN agencies and funds, the resident coordinators that are also joined. May I just say all protocols observed. 6 years ago, in 2015, we made a promise to the people of the world, to the people of Africa, through a considered and a shared blueprint on the people, prosperity, planet, peace, and partnership, which was adopted to ensure sustainable development. All countries committed themselves to work tirelessly to implement Sustainable Development Agenda spanning to 2030. It is a comprehensive and people-centered set of ambitions and transformative goals and targets. 2 years earlier, Africa endorsed its own development agenda, the Africa We Want, the Agenda 2063. Africa's blueprint and the master plan for transforming Africa into a global powerhouse of the future, Agenda 2063, has its 10-year implementation plan covering 2013 to 2023. The 2030 agenda and the 2063 agenda are intimately related. They cover more or less about 70% of the aspects, which include structural economic transformation and inclusive growth, science, technology and innovation, people-centered development, environmental sustainability, natural resource management and disaster risk management, peace and security, as well as finance and partnerships. Both agendas include the national development plans, which require data, and not just data, but quality and timely data. Data demand is huge to monitor the implementation of both the continental as well as the global agendas, along with the sub-regional and national development plans. And therefore, Agenda 2030 alone comes with 231 unique indicators, which also require really good data to be informed what is required. Apart from orienting socioeconomic decisions, data itself has clear potential to unlock significant economic value, creating jobs and increased productivity. In Africa, business struggle to get data, which is normally needed in real time for more effective decision-making. Having these statistical data is a source of competitive advantage in the information economy, or indeed the digital economy. Many socioeconomic studies that focus on Africa point to the fact that Africa has a lot of potential, but it requires data to fully exploit it and make sure that there's information that improves the people's lives. It also is evident that a lot of data is produced in Africa, but its use is very low and dissemination and access remain quite limited. Data are useful when they are made available, but also when they are used to serve as guidance in the decision processes at different levels. There is need, therefore, to increase not only access, but also statistical literacy at all levels for all users. This is the reason that the UN is putting in place an integrated and a comprehensive data ecosystem that will support an effective implementation of Agenda 2030 for SDGs and Agenda 2063. The UN system and other partners, including member states, need to operationalize commitments made on both agendas to facilitate interactions, foster synergies and partnerships required to generate and improve availability, accessibility, timeliness of quality and disaggregate data and statistics. In response, the UN has developed what you have already heard from the regional director, a platform which we are calling the Africa UN Data Development, sorry if I may say that again, the Africa UN Data for Development Platform. It is launched to accelerate access to data, information and evidence on the sustainable development goals and agenda by all potential users within and beyond Africa. As a one-stop shop platform, it will reduce the data reporting and dissemination burden on national statistical system. Because at the moment, the national statistical system may have to provide data to all sorts of required data that is being sought by different agencies. And I think the one-stop shop platform will be able to minimize that so that they will only be able to inform information into one place, or at least reduce number of those that are requesting information from the national statistical offices. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has demonstrated that Africa's statistical system needs transformation and modernization to respond to data demand and to the important role it entrusted to it. The 2020 Africa Statistics Day rightly called for the modernizing of national statistical system on the continent and urged for use of new data sources in the continent. The national statistical systems are to play a key role here in ensuring the appropriate data and information is made available in the platform. I would like, therefore, to call for closer collaboration for real-time and better data, sharing for rapid and evidence-based decision-making based on real and trustworthy statistical data. I would like to conclude by commending the work of colleagues in the UN agencies in Africa, working as one family over the past 18 months to deliver this platform. The real work has now started to ensure better collaboration, ensure synergies, and minimize duplication. Finally, I would like also to thank His Excellency Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, the former President of the Republic of Tanzania, and Honorable Gospel Kazako, Minister of Information of the Republic of Malawi, for joining us at this momentous occasion. We are indeed very grateful for your presence, Your Excellencies. With that, I just want to wish everyone an enjoyable and fruitful meeting, and I deliver this on behalf of Dr. Vera Songo, who is not able to join us this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Oliver. Thank you very much for that important contribution. And on behalf of Dr. Songwe, I would like now to give the floor to Mr. Mola Hunnewa, if I'm pronouncing it, Mola Asmari, that is easier. He is the UNECA technical expert for a presentation and demonstration of the Africa UN Data for Development platform. Mr. Mola, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Your Excellencies, dear colleagues, good morning, good afternoon, good morning. My name is Mola, a statistician with the Economic Commission for Africa. I'm going to introduce this online platform on behalf of the contributing agencies and programs. As said earlier, the portal is an online tool to disseminate development data on the continent, particularly on SDGs and Agenda 2063. The portal is published on the internet and is going to be accessible via its address, and eventually will be also found using Google search. The portal, I'm going to just say a little bit on why an African UN data portal, and then try to delve into the particular features, components of this platform. This portal, we are trying to bring like 4 critical areas, as Oliver said, to make it a one-stop shop on SDGs and development data, clearinghouse in Africa, which is bringing all these harmonized data and interoperable data, linking to the various UN agencies and other data sources, including member states. And the other is on our way, institutions are going to member states to ask for the same common data, like if talk of SDGs. So that will put a lot of response burden to member states. And this portal being one harmonized point of access will eventually reduce the response burden of member states. And the other issue is we are trying to cater for the usual users of data, the policymakers, the development practitioners, the academia, the public, and also including the media. As I said, it has 4 critical components: the SDGs, the Agenda 2063, and the key socioeconomic indicator, which are also trying to bring some key statistics to complement what SDG and Agenda 2063 presents, and also bringing to the other UN agencies portal and databases in one-stop shop. I would like to go directly to the live portal to just click here and there, show you the typical features and contents. The homepage tries to cater for, actually tries to present for users, maybe those who are interested in a particular country to go to a country, those who are interested to look at in a sub-region, also to look into a particular sub-region, and also to look into the various thematic areas. To begin with, we started with health, agriculture, and energy. The SDG portal has 3 critical features. One is presenting the 54 countries' dashboards on SDGs without exception. So one can find SDG data for the 54 countries. The SDG country portal presents data for the 17 goals for a particular country, and then one can zoom into all the goals, indicators, targets, and indicators, and also dimensions, disaggregations for a particular country. I'm just showing you here one particular country where we present data for Benin in this particular. So one can click a country, a flag of the country, and then goes to the 17 goals and then presents data. And we can also click a particular goal here and then brings all the data we've compiled for that particular country. The other dimension we put on SDG is that to look into the sub-regional classifications, the 5 geographies, the 8 regional economic communities, and also the common groupings in Africa, like the small island states, the island states, landlocked, mineral rich, and so on and so forth. So one can zoom into a particular sub-region to really look into whether there is discrepancy or similarity across the various sub-regional classification data. I'm just clicking here for COMESA, for instance. It's presenting data for goal 1 for the COMESA member states here. So the same is true for other SEMs. We have also put Sub-Saharan Africa, the Big 5. These are some of the classification we used and when we are presenting data on Africa. The other component, again, is looking at the data situation. We are not really looking at the data situation here. We are also bringing a context, how countries are progressing at Africa level, at sub-region, and also country level in terms of progress. So that is also another area that we're bringing to this portal. I'm just clicking that particular page. This is the context. This is, I think, the first of its kind that we are really looking at progress at Africa sub-region as well as country level by goal, by target, and also at indicator level. So looking at Africa, at this particular region, I'm just clicking Africa, for instance, here. So we can see that Africa is making progress in many of the goals, except one, goal 10, but they are not sufficient to achieve by 2030. We can look at other sub-region. For instance, I'm just looking at SADC here, and we can see that SADC is also lagging behind. Actually, the reverse is, the trend is reversed on goal 10 and 11. We can zoom into particular countries as well, and also other sub-regions. So this is I think the first of its kind to really look into depths. We can also look at this progress not only in as we stand here now in 2020, because that's what we have data for, but we can also look at what was the situation in the first 5 years since the beginning of the SDGs. The other issue we also brought, and we also believe that's also an added value to this platform, is the Agenda 2063. I'm just trying to click. Yeah. So we're trying to look here the 7 aspirations, the 20 goals, the 69 priority areas, including the targets and the indicators for the Agenda 2063. Here we're trying. Now at this point in time, we are bringing the common indicators that UNECA, African Union, and other partners have worked over the years to begin, but we are populating the data, especially those data which are peculiar to Agenda 2063 to the portal. So one can really zoom into this portal to look into the Agenda 2063 for the various aspirations, goals, and priority areas and targets. The other section we've introduced here is, I'm just trying to look at here goal, this particular aspiration 3, and we have the goals and also the indicators, and one can click and look at the situation data situation on Agenda 2063. And the other area we have looked at is that the development data we have for the 2 agendas may not bring the situation, the socioeconomic situation on the continent. So we're trying to complement by bringing indicators like population, migration, economic data, fiscal data that will help us to look at in the context, the development context of a particular sub-region, country, or the like. And the last section we have is what we call the UN agencies portal. We are trying to bring those portals, those UN agencies with data now, which as over the years, they have developed audiences, and they have also some specific data that they are compiling in their respective databases. So they have audiences, so we are trying to bring that into also the picture. So those who are interested in a particular area, like FAO or WHO, they may also delve into this particular section and zoom into the data that agency or office might have. The other section we also brought in this portal is the knowledge hub. I think that was mentioned earlier. Bringing the two together is a critical undertaking. I think more work has to be done to contextualize when we are presenting a knowledge product. What are really the data used in the context? I think as you all know, the DIKY, the data, information, knowledge, and wisdom pyramid elaborate the relationship between the data, information. This portal mainly focuses on the data and information part, but this link to the knowledge hub will bring the knowledge, and obviously wisdom is knowledge in action. Then to summarize a little bit, we believe that the platform is a kind of living organism. Some data may be obsolete or not necessary anymore. Other new content needs to be added. Therefore, the platform should evolve as we get feedback and also as we research on emerging needs, and also with partnership and with partners and member states and other organizations. So moving forward, we need to really integrate the national development agenda, because that is also part and parcel of this platform. We need to build on interoperability with other data providers and also participating UN offices, and also as well as member states. We are also adding feature on user feedback. That is also another critical area for this platform to grow. We are bringing a community of practices to really discuss on data issues. It's not only presenting data. Data has to be observed, interrogated, and also and provided feedback. We are working on make it bilingual at the moment, English and French. And the other issue is we're working with other international organizations, especially the custodian agencies, to bring aggregates, especially the sub-regional classification we have in Africa. This work has begun, and we're receiving harmonized aggregates on the various SDG indicators. So for the platform to live up to its vision as a one-stop shop, there needs a strong collaboration and contribution from IBC participant offices and under the African Regional Collaborative Platform and also member states. Thank you, moderator. Over to you.
Molla, thank you very much. You've actually proved to us that the platform exists and is alive. And I think this is a good moment to actually give a round of applause to Africa for having come this far. Dear participants, Your Excellency President Kikwete, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, I would like to invite 3 speakers. Each will speak for 4 minutes. This is a group of producers and users of the platform, and they will speak to the point. There are 3 speakers, as I said. The first will be the Statistician General of South Africa, Mr. Rizenga Maluleke. Mr. Maluleke, you have the floor, sir.
Let me thank you, moderator, Mr. Yakub Ali Hilo. And let me take note of the Excellency, Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, and indeed the Minister of Information from Malawi, Mr. Gospel Kazako, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. South Africa welcomes the launch of the Africa United Nations Data for Development platform. And in this regard, this comes at an opportune moment as the demand for quality data to allow evidence-based decision-making has never been stronger. Stakeholders need a one-stop stop, and indeed a place where we can go to collect information time to time. These find solutions as we are faced with challenges in the world. There's no better way to demonstrate the value and relevance to the platform other than the features it brings about, especially when we are faced with challenges of COVID-19, in particular the United Nations COVID-19 Knowledge Hub, where there's a seamless link to decide and dedicate issues of knowledge, as well as serve as a repository for information, particularly to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. South Africa is in the process of developing its own portal, that is the data portal that looks at integrated indicator framework. This portal comprises indicators of SDGs at the global level. At the SADC level, we are looking at a regional indicative strategic development plan that has been put in place, but also at a continental level, we are looking at Africa's Agenda 2063, as well as our own South African National Development Plan, and of course, all the way to local levels at local municipality. Let me indicate, distinguished delegates, that the development of frameworks can be seen as a proxy for the demand of statistical information of such national importance. But as we do so, the aim of the South African portal is to reduce the burden on the reporting on the one-stop shop that is demanded at the global level as well as at the continental level from time to time. South Africa certainly continues to put in place efforts to link with the African United Nations Development Data for Development platform. And this link will assist us, chairperson and moderator, to be able to pick up data from anywhere in the world for purposes of comparisons, as well as for purposes of getting our information on the platform. I would like to take this opportunity to indicate that Statistics South Africa, in our 5-year strategic plan, has decided or dedicated our mission as improving lives through data ecosystems. And our mission is which talks to optimization, partnerships, as well as innovation, bears a testimony in terms of innovative ways that will take forward and that will be applied to data collection, dissemination, and the use of statistics. And when we look at this in terms of the platform, this will assist us a lot more to work with other agencies as we make sure that innovative ways assist us not only here in South Africa, but across the world. Let me go further and indicate that this will adhere to the United Nations Principles of Official Statistics, and of course, the African Charter on Statistics, to ensure that as we take the SDGs forward, nobody is left behind. In conclusion, moderator, let me indicate that I would like to call upon all member states of the United Nations and indeed across the world to utilize the portal and make sure that all stakeholders do take necessary steps to develop the portal. Indeed, this is a step in the right direction during the digital era in which we live. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maluleke, for a very instructive intervention. Thank you very much. The next speaker will be the Director General of the NSO in Cameroon, and that is Mr. Joseph Tedu. Mr. Tedu, you have the floor.
Oui, merci, monsieur le modérateur, de me donner la parole. Et je voudrais tout d'abord remercier son Excellence Jakaya Kikwete, l'ex-président de la Tanzanie, pour l'honneur qu'il nous fait d'être présent et d'assister à cette grande cérémonie. S'agissant de la plateforme, je voudrais saluer l'initiative et dire que ça rencontre tout à fait les orientations stratégiques que le gouvernement de mon pays a demandé à l'Institut de suivre. Dans ce cadre, je voudrais signaler que précédemment, nous avions déjà travaillé avec la Banque africaine de développement et le Fonds monétaire international pour développer une plateforme Open Data qui existe et qui est fonctionnelle, à partir de laquelle nous diffusons un certain nombre d'informations pour le public national et international. Donc, à ce stade, je voudrais, tout en saluant l'initiative, demander s'il y aura possibilité de mettre en cohérence cette plateforme qui a été déjà développée avec le soutien de la Banque africaine au niveau régional et la plateforme des Nations Unies que la Commission économique des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique essaie de mettre en place pour nous. Ceci étant, j'ai bien noté l'exposé qui a été fait et le Cameroun, dans le cadre de sa stratégie nationale de développement sur la période 2021-2030, qui a en même temps aligné à la stratégie nationale de développement du Cameroun et en même temps aligné à l'agenda 2030 à l'agenda 2063, signaler que nous serons très heureux, n'est-ce pas, de travailler avec l'équipe qui a mis en place cette plateforme pour que très rapidement, le Cameroun puisse se mettre en cohérence et s'assurer que les acquis qui ont été déjà faits dans le cadre de la coopération avec la Banque africaine. Je ne sais pas si vous m'entendez. Allô?
Oui,
Allô?
on vous attend.
Voilà, voilà, il y avait quelques problèmes techniques. Donc, je voulais bien souhaiter que les experts qui ont développé cette plateforme soient aussi disposés, avec l'appui de la CEA et des autres agences, d'aider nos pays à mettre en cohérence les initiatives qui sont déjà là, telles que je viens de dire, l'initiative avec la Banque africaine de développement. Et c'est là pour que très rapidement, nous puissions, en même temps que nous mettons les données à la disposition des autorités, de tous les utilisateurs de notre pays, que nous soyons aussi en mesure de mettre les données à la disposition des Nations Unies pour constituer une base de données commune de tous les pays membres pour permettre que nous puissions aussi faire les comparaisons et suivre ce qui se passe dans les autres pays du monde. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much, Monsieur Tedou, for your intervention. We thank you very much. The third and last speaker in this segment is the UN Resident Coordinator in Cabo Verde, Ms. Ana Patricia Grassa. Ana, you have the floor.
Hello, good afternoon. I hope you can hear me well. Good afternoon to all the distinguished speakers. Good afternoon to all colleagues, and thank you for giving us the floor to, first of all, to commend really the RCP for putting in place the Africa UN data platform. This is indeed a tremendous effort and something that is very much and will be very much used and appreciated in the continent, but also to allow us to speak a little bit about the importance of data at country level. So, you know, the United Nations Development System reform does emphasize the need for a new generation of UNCTs with independent, impartial, and empowered RC to be able to implement the UN country framework with people-centered approaches and integrated response to SDGs, having analysis and data and planning at the center of it. So without integrated, robust data, this will be impossible to achieve. So this is really at the heart of the transformation that we want to have and that we want to see. And data is ever more important for countries like Cabo Verde that are small island development states and that really need to showcase, based on data, the vulnerabilities and how they are exacerbated often by shocks. So just to say a word from the field that data is our best ally on the battle to really win the SDG agenda. For this reason, Cabo Verde, in Cabo Verde, both the government and the UN have made it a priority to work hand in hand on data system strengthening and data analysis as a strategic foundation for all our interventions. And we are doing so by a two-pronged approach. First, by making the best to improve and use existing data to inform strategic planning and policy making. I would like just to highlight here the tremendous work that has been done by the UN country team in Cabo Verde, together with IFIs, together with a number of partners, government, civil society, on analysis and data exercises like the social economic impact assessment for COVID, the development of the strategy Ambition 2030, the voluntary national review 2021, leave no one behind assessment that is currently being finalized. All of these are instrumental data sources that will be very valuable, not just for the United Nations, but overall, mostly important for the government and its national planning process. And second, by enhancing the volume, the quality, the timeliness, and the disaggregation of the data collected by the government and its capacity to analyze it. This means exactly what was being discussed on building really capacities of national statistics offices and the Ministry of Finance and Planning, strengthening coordination across sectoral ministries in terms of indicator setting, in terms of data production, to be able to look at new ways of collecting data beyond surveys, namely administrative data, social media, satellite imagery, amongst others. So here, just to say that this process is very much led by the government and very institutionalized with the national planning systems. And for the past 4 years, all UN agencies have been contributing to this effort, not just at a national level, but also at a subnational level, at a local level, through a system a program that is being really implemented by UNDP, UNFPA, UNICEF, FAO, UN Habitat, on really looking and strengthening data collection and systems at subnational level through the local 2030 platforms. I just wanted to mention one very important, another important example of a strategic partnership that we have that is facilitated by the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and that I consider to be of utmost relevance in this realm of data sources, which is a partnership organized with UNECA, with the Ministry of Finance and the National Statistics Office, together with the UN RCO, our Resident Coordinator's Office, and with the support of UNDP. And it's the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, GPSDD, which started here in Cabo Verde in July 2020, and that is really bringing results and fruits. It brings together a wide range of international partners to propose concrete solutions on data gaps. And here in Cabo Verde, together with several partners, the GPSDD is looking and collaborating in 3 different work streams: administrative data, collaborative administrative data, inclusive data charter, and the Earth observation geospatial data. The latter aiming at monitoring the impact of climate change and building evidence-based adaptation policies, also to allow the country to access longer-term finance and investments. So I just really wanted to share some of the examples on how data is the most critical priority at country level and in Cabo Verde, and to say that these processes are starting, are ongoing, and are not without challenges. They take time, and they are really, really critical if we want to talk about evidence-based policy for sustainable development. Now, the platform is really the opportunity of having the repository of data in one virtual space where national governments, the UN, the agencies, and international partners can find really quality data on SDG indicators. And this is something that was perceived as an urgent need. What was shown really by colleagues that developed the platform is very impressive, and it is what the UN Africa Data for Development platform has to offer, not just for the UN, but mostly also for national partners. I think it would be a really extremely powerful resource for national governments, national statistics offices to be able to consult, to also eventually contribute for further improvements. And it will certainly reduce a lot of the transaction costs on the production of reports, assessment, plans, just to name a few of the exercises. So I was listening, and really, if the platform can also at a later stage integrate national development plans and be able to really look at comparative data, it is a tremendous and powerful tool, and we really look forward to continuing to using it, to divulge it, and to use it as much as possible in our work. Because really, if we can't measure it, we can't aspire to change anything. So the country team in Cabo Verde remains very committed to this effort and to really contribute to this one-stop data shop for the continent. Thank you very much.
Anna, thank you very much, and to you and through you to the team and to the people of Cabo Verde, thank you. Distinguished participants, at this moment, I am requested by colleagues at the Department of Global Communications that all of us switch on our cameras for a virtual group picture. So please, let's try this. It will take less than a minute. Let's all open our cameras so that the group photo can be taken. And right after that, of course, we proceed with a very important part of this program. Can we switch on the cameras, please?
Thanks, Jakub. I see that everybody is turning on your camera. Can you make sure to look at your camera, not to the screen? And a little bit of smile will be great. Yes, I'm gonna keep taking pictures. RC Fode, I don't see you. You are a little black, but I'm gonna just keep taking pictures.
I don't know what happened.
Fode, we can't see you. Okay, Hero, please proceed.
Yes, I'm just keep taking pictures. Just please stay looking at your camera. I see so many people attending this event, which is great. Great. Just a few more pictures. Great.
Don't worry, you will not see me, but it's okay.
Oh, I see a lot of pictures, a lot of people, which is great. Okay, great. Right. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Honorable Kazako, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is really my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce His Excellency former President Jakaya Kikwete, former President of the United Republic of Tanzania, to deliver a goodwill statement in his role as the co-chair of the High-Level Commission on the Nairobi Summit, ICPD 25 follow-up, and chair of the Global Partnership for Education. Mheshimiwa Raisi, shikamo, and the floor is yours, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Honorable Minister Kazako, Minister of Information of the Republic of Malawi, the representative of Dr. Vera Songwe, Mr. Oliver Changanya, Madam Ahuna Ezia Konwa, Regional Director, UNDP Africa Bureau, heads of national statistical offices, representatives of governments, regional directors of regional UN agencies, funds, programs, UN resident coordinators, UN country teams, and UN staff representatives, the African Union, Commission, AFDB, REX, and from other regions, representatives from research institutions and media. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure and honor for me to be associated with this momentous occasion for the launch of the Africa UN Data for Development platform. This occasion could not have come at a better time, as the United Nations has declared it the 2020s as the decade for action for accelerating the realization of Agenda 2030 for the Sustainable Development, which has been harmonized with the African Union's Agenda 23. As we know, Agenda 23 is the blueprint for transforming Africa into the global powerhouse of future Africa we want. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we all recall that in 2015, the UN rallied the global community in adopting the Global 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Sustainable Development Goals that put people, planet, and prosperity at the center of sustainable development, with a commitment to leaving no one behind. This critical milestone coincided with the 20th anniversary of the International Conference on Population and Development, held in 1990 in Cairo, and its program of action adopted by 179 countries. The ICPD too underscores the importance of human rights to poverty reduction and sustainable development. In April 2019, the UN member states adopted a declaration during the 52nd session of the UN Commission on Population and Development that reaffirmed the continued importance of the ICPD program of action for guiding population and development policies and programs within the context of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This was further reinforced by the ICPD 25 Nairobi Summit, convened in November 2019, which took stock of progress, provided recommendations for accelerating the realization of the ICPD goals by 2030. I serve as co-chair of the high-level commission established to ensure that the over 1,300 voluntary commitments made at the Nairobi Summit are implemented. These commitments, including some on improving availability of data, are aimed at ensuring we accelerate progress to reaching every woman, every adolescent, and every child. Also, as chair of the Global Partnership for Education, my global roles lend immense support to the Africa UN Data for Development platform. Serving in these and other global and continental roles, I want to underscore the momentum towards leveraging the power of data to redefine a world of rights and choices for all. Building strong data systems requires a strong collaboration between data producers and data users. From the perspective of someone who relies on and uses data, the monitoring of SDGs, Agenda 2063, and ICPD indicators requires data that are disaggregated at national and subnational levels. The SDGs, for instance, have 17 goals and 169 targets, with population-related elements reflected in over 2/3 of the indicators, which create a significant demand for data. As a former president, I know how critical strengthening the culture of data use is for Africa's leadership, especially at this point where nations, including African economies, are seeking to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. I've attended several meetings this month. This remains topical. How our leaders, national government institutions, development partners, private sector, and indeed all Africans, effectively use data and evidence to guide decision making and investment of resources will be increasingly important. Ladies and gentlemen, harnessing and making data available through a common portal, such as the Africa UN Data for Development platform, is important for a data-driven transformation. We need to create value from data through fostering partnerships and enhancing capabilities for data generation, access, and use. Otherwise called data revolution. I'm particularly excited about this innovative approach to aggregate population data for Africa in line with the AU Agenda 2063. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, from what I observed during the demonstration, I believe that simple, free text search, quick and easy data access and visualization features of the Africa UN Data for Development platform promise to make it a crucial resource for us all. The platform is not only for governments, but for all actors, including the private sector organizations, civil society, Pan-African institutions, regional economic communities, academia, and other stakeholders with an interest in understanding demographic, social, economic, environmental, and other development indicators in Africa. Allow me to close, ladies and gentlemen and excellencies, with a charge to the United Nations system that has developed this important platform. The UN needs to further accelerate its collaboration with member states and private sector to not only generate quality, timely, and disaggregated data, but more importantly, to support mechanisms that amplify the use of data to ensure that no one is left behind in Africa. Until we can readily use data from private sector and private and public sources to compare quality of life, sustainable livelihoods, and economies, we still have a long way to go. I would like to compare, for example, the girl-child education in rural Tanzania, my country, what is applicable in urban Democratic Republic of the Congo, rural Malawi, urban Madagascar, rural Nigeria, urban Egypt, rural Mali, and so forth. And we're looking at that, also assess the underlying infrastructure and complementary health and food systems. Data need to be accessible in a timely manner, yet simple enough for use by decision makers. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I highly commend the efforts that have gone into making this Africa UN Data for Development platform a reality. In particular, I applaud the UN system for their leadership and working collaboratively with other stakeholders in the development of this platform. It is truly a proud moment for the continent to be able to put forward evidence on the progress being made against the SDGs, Agenda 2063, ICT, and other development frameworks and challenges that persist. To keep the platform alive and relevant, I urge our governments to ensure that data is regularly updated and utilized to inform national and regional decisions and policy action. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your kind attention.
Your Excellency, President Kikwete, thank you very, very much for this very powerful statement that you have shared with us. We salute you as you continue your continental and global roles to make sure that our global community moves forward in pursuing the Sustainable Development Goals, and in Africa, also the 2063 vision. Thank you very much also for being with us here and gracing this event. Your presence is very important. It sends a very powerful signal, and we are very grateful. Thank you, sir. At this moment, allow me, Your Excellency, and distinguished participants, to invite the Assistant Secretary General, Madam Ahuna Ezengwa, the Regional Director for UNDP for Africa, and the Vice Chair of the Regional Collaborative Platform, to introduce the keynote speaker, His Excellency Dr. Saulus Chilima, the Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, who will be represented here today by the Honorable Gospel Kazako, the Minister of Information. Ahuna, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, our very able chair, and let me join you in really thanking our last speaker, former President Kikwete, for a very inspiring and encouraging word to all of us. We really appreciate your presence, but also your support. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Malawi as a country, you know that the government of the Republic of Malawi is currently implementing the Malawi Growth and Development Strategy 3, which is really the medium-term strategy designed to contribute to Malawi's long-term development aspirations. Malawi's commitment to data for sustainable development is well recognized, and we're grateful that you are with us today to share your thoughts as we rally towards accelerating progress to achieve the SDGs in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. So it is my honor now to invite Honorable Gospel Kazako, Minister of Information of Malawi, who is representing His Excellency, Mr. Vice President, to deliver your keynote address, as well as to launch the Data for Development platform. Excellency, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, former President of the United Republic of Tanzania, the Regional Director for UNDP Africa Bureau, and Vice Chair of the Africa RCP, Ahuna Ezengwa, Regional Directors and the staff of the UN agencies, funds and programs, UN resident coordinators, and UNCT members from African countries, senior colleagues from the UN headquarters offices, DESA, UN Statistical Division, regional UN economic commissions and countries' permanent representative to the UN, Director Generals of all national statistics offices in Africa, representatives of collaboration partner agencies, including the African Union Commission, RECs, the World Bank, the FDB, Africa CDC, Africa Continental Free Trade Area, AFCTA, Secretariat, all invited guests. I'd like to thank the organizers for this invitation and for giving me an opportunity to deliver this keynote address today on the launch of the Africa UN Data for Development platform. I feel very honored when Africa comes together to deliver on the promises of a better world, a better life for its own populations. The government of the Republic of Malawi is currently implementing the Malawi Growth and Development Strategy, MGDS3, which is the medium-term strategy designed to contribute to Malawi's long-term development aspirations. This strategy covers a period of 5 years. That's from 2017 to 2022, and is a successor to the MGDS2, which was implemented between 2011 and 2016. In January this year, we launched the Malawi We Want by 2063, MW 2063, a comprehensive agenda that details where we, the people of Malawi, want to be by the year 2063. This is a product of selfless contributions, dedication, and commitment of patriotic Malawians across the country in rural and urban areas, as well as the diaspora, on the Malawi we want to see by the year 2063. Our vision is clear: an inclusively worthy and self-reliant nation. So is our resolution. We, as Malawians, desire and resolve to be an inclusively worthy and self-reliant, industrialized, upper middle income country by the year 2063. So we can fund our development needs primarily by ourselves. Our manufacturing industry shall have strong forward and backward linkages with the sectors that will drive it. We shall achieve this vision through collective effort and shall not allow any state or any state actor to derail us, the people of Malawi. We have produced the Malawi 2063 vision. This is a document not only in Braille version, but also started distributing it in the local language Chichewa and other languages, and of course the English, we also have the version. Data is the cornerstone of our development. Reason why government of the Republic of Malawi has decided to support and accompany the initiative that gathers us today. The UN Africa Data for Development platform is developed to accelerate access to data, information, and evidence on the Sustainable Development Goals and Agenda 2063 by all potential users within and beyond Africa, thereby making it as a one-stop shop platform. It includes key socio-economic indicators and other resources. Though it's a single data collection system from member states, the platform also aims to reduce the response burden on member states to requests from global and regional actors, including the African Union and its organs, UN agencies, and other partner institutions. I would like to salute this product from UN agency in Africa, an output from 18 months of hard work on consultations. This platform is to serve the people of Africa, the Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, hold a special, very, very special place, as well as the sustainable. We have immense challenges on the continent: poverty and inequality, governance, peace and security, climate change, to name but a few. COVID-19 has exacerbated the situation and pushed thousands more Africans to precarious situations. Yes, we have big challenges as Africa, but the continent is also full of great human, scientific, mining, and economic potentials on which to capitalize and build back inclusively and faster from the pandemic. The adoption of the continental and global agendas shows that Africa and the African states are committed to eradicate poverty, tackle increasing inequalities, foster gender parity, achieve good governance, peace and security, and build strong and resilient green economies to face endogenous and exogenous shocks. In doing so, decision-making is to be evidence-based and data-driven. We can only do it if we have quality data and statistics. We now need to invest more in data and increase its availability and use. We need to strengthen the production, dissemination, and use of credible data and statistics at national, regional, and global levels for evidence-based policy and decision-making. This platform came at the right time. Once more, I would like to thank you for this collaborative work, and it is now my great pleasure and singular honor to officially launch the UN Africa Data for Development platform. I thank you. May God bless Africa.
Thank you so very much for those words of inspiration, Honorable. We really want to extend our appreciation through you to the Vice President for really showing up today and for endorsing this milestone that we have reached and doing us the honor of launching this initiative. So on behalf of my co-vice chair, Madam Vera Songwe, and also on behalf of the UN and the chair of this regional collaboration platform, the Deputy Secretary General, Madam Amina Mohammed, would like to really, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you and the government of Malawi. Also thank our special guest today, Vice President Greta, for being here with us. And I want to really now pass it back to our moderator for the next item. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahuna. Thank you. We are coming to the last item on our agenda today. I would like to invite two colleagues to give a word of thanks. My brother, Dr. Bennett Ndianabangi, is the UNFPA Regional Director for East and Southern Africa, who is also joined by his immediate predecessor, Dr. Julieta Onabanjo. Both of them will be running this last item together. Bennett and Julieta, over to you.
Thank you, Yakub, and very pleased to see you again after some time when we were together in Liberia. I look forward to your leadership as we move these agendas forward. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, allow me to please stand on existing protocol. As we come to the end of this important launch of the Africa UN Data for Development platform, it is my privilege to deliver a vote of thanks on behalf of the Africa UN Regional Collaborative Platform. We thank the Vice Chairs of the Africa Regional Collaborative Platform, Madam Vera Shongwe, Under Secretary General and Executive Secretary of the UN Commission for Africa, and Ms. Ahuna Eziakonwa, Assistant Secretary General and Regional Director of the UNDP Bureau for Africa, for making time to host this event. Our gratitude goes to His Excellency, Mr. Jakaya Kikwete, former President of Tanzania, for delivering a critical goodwill statement. As Chair of the High-Level Commission on the Nairobi Summit ICPD 25 follow-up mechanism, and Chair of the Global Partnership for Education. Your reflections lend immense support to and direction for the platform. We also heed your charge to the UN system in this regard. I wish to also express our profound gratitude to Honorable Gospel Kazako, Minister for Information of the Republic of Malawi, for delivering a poignant keynote address and officially launching the Africa UN Data for Development platform. Your Excellency, your message profoundly underscored the leadership required to advance the culture of data use on the continent as we strive to achieve the aspirations of the Africa we want. The UN system in Africa affirms our commitment to sustain collaborations with member states, continental and regional institutions, private sector, academia, civil society, and all citizens. We sincerely appreciate the entire membership of the Africa Regional Collaborative Platform. In particular, we recognize the group that led to the development of the platform that has been launched today, and are also advancing several other UN collaborative efforts to strengthen integrated data and statistical systems for sustainable development. We appreciate your tireless efforts these past months. We would also like to extend thanks to the African Union Commission, regional economic communities, and in particular, all the heads of national statistic offices here present. Your continued leadership serves to strengthen the capacity required to ensure disaggregated data is available at all levels to guide planning, financing, implementation, monitoring, and reporting of national development priorities. I wish to thank our invited guests, notably the African Development Bank for its keen partnership, all development partners, members of the private sector, academia, research institutions, and members of the public for making the time to witness a critical collective milestone for the UN system in Africa. Today's launch indeed demonstrates the willingness and commitment of all partners to integrate and coalesce around systems that improve the timely availability of data and statistics in the public and private sectors. We know what is needed, what matters. Therefore, the Data for Development platform's unique ability to use indicators for both the SDGs and the EU Agenda 2063 to monitor progress on the continent will ensure that we leave no one behind in Africa. Excellencies, distinguished guests, before concluding, it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Julita Onabanjo, the immediate past UNFPA Regional Director of Eastern Southern Africa, to share a few remarks. Dr. Onabanjo was a founding co-convener of the RCP coalition I mentioned earlier, that is focused on strengthening integrated data and statistical systems for sustainable development systems in Africa. Dr. Onabanjo was instrumental to the vision and design of the Data for Development platform. She has recently transitioned to serve as the Global Director for UNFPA's Technical Division at the headquarters in New York. In her new role, we know very well she will further support the work of the regional and national UN development system in Africa and other regions. Julita, please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Burnett, and Your Excellencies, former President Kikwete, Honorable Minister Gospel Kazako, just friends and colleagues. You know, it's an absolute pleasure to join in this celebration. Indeed, it is a proud moment. I want to say congratulations, particularly to the OIBC and the hard work of all the colleagues from the regional directors that belong to this issue-based coalition, to our technical colleagues, Oliver, Frederick, Chinwe, Dr. Mola, really, because they rolled up their sleeves. And Burnett, I think you were kind to say that the vision was mine. No, indeed, it was inspired by a number of colleagues who believe so dedicatedly to the important role that data plays in our Africa's development and prosperity. So it's really their inspiration that we've moved with to deliver, I think, one of many things. And I think today we're proud that this is one milestone, but I do, on behalf of the Opportunity and Issue-Based Coalition and the Africa Regional Collaborative Platform, I do want to say this team is working on a number of other pillars that make up the Africa Revolution that has been spoken about. And I do want to just pick up on three, because I know we're running out of time. I think the first is this notion of investment in data systems and capacities. And I see it country after country that has spoken about what they're doing to invest in that. And I particularly want to draw attention to the investment that's needed in the science of data, in demography, in statistics, and particularly what member states are doing to imbibe young statisticians in this field. And so we continue to look for that investment that's needed to generate Africa's young statisticians and to build them into big and positive capacity. The second is around what we leverage in terms of innovation and technology. And a lot of our colleagues have spoken to that today. Indeed, you know, the population data, whether it's the censuses, have revolutionized in the use of digital data, in the use of georeference and spatial data, in the data visualization we see. Africa has a robust digital agenda and technological agenda. And I think that will serve us well in our data investments. And finally, it's the partnerships. And again, the collaboration that cuts across all the ecosystem, from private sector to academia, to public, to users, to producers, so that real partnership that crosses across, and that has to be invested. And it's such a pleasure. I think one of the things this issue-based coalition felt was key was to have champions at the highest leadership level to move this forward. And so we really do thank the former President Kikwete, the government of Malawi, and the Vice President to be the champions for Africa on data systems as we move forward. With this, we don't have much time. I speak now as a global technical person who really was part of a process on the continent and has the opportunity to be a champion for this Africa agenda on data through the global agenda that I have now. And I just want to reaffirm the commitment, not only of myself, but of UNFPA to really ensure that Africa's data agenda continues to be top on the global agenda as we move forward. I hand you back over to Burnett and I say thank you for giving me this little time to just be with you and to celebrate and to congratulate you all.
Thank you, Julita. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your leadership and we continue to look forward to your support and leadership from the global perspective. Excellencies, distinguished guests, In closing, allow me to reaffirm the collective resolve to honor the commitments made today by the UN system in Africa in partnership with member states. I trust we will ensure the multi-sectoral data hosted in the platform is updated periodically, as we also innovate around the many ways the data is produced and used, by ensuring it is easily accessible, it is timely, it is high quality, and it is disaggregated. Finally, on behalf of the UN Regional Collaborative Platform, we ask you all present here today to actively publicize the Africa UN Data for Development platform. Importantly, please use the platform to guide decision-making, and we look forward to your feedback. I thank you for your attention and participation. Back to you, Yakub.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, President Kikwete, the Honorable Gospel Kazako, the Vice Chairs of the Africa Regional Collaborative Platform, distinguished participants, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. With this, we come to the conclusion of our program this morning. And thank you very much indeed, and warm greetings to all of you from Addis Ababa. Bye-bye.